Hi, I'm Jorden Spitz. I'm head of the STAR's Investigative team, and I'm here today with Emily Bregel, one of our investigative reporters. Emily's just completed a series on mobile homes in Tucson. Emily, thanks for being with us.
It's great to be here.
How did you come to report this story?
Well, the parks are impossible to miss, especially in our area where the newsroom is in the south side. And I'd reported on affordable housing last year as part of our poverty project, and the problems in some of the parks came up repeatedly. It seemed like every housing advocate I talked to had a story to tell about them. And so it's something I definitely wanted to return to. And affordable housing generally is such an important topic related to issues from crime to transportation to jobs, so it seemed relevant to investigate.
And what were your findings when you did investigate?
Probably the biggest finding was just how well known these problems are among not just advocates but housing officials, and just the challenges in addressing the problem, because these parks have come to be really the last resort but also the best option for a lot of people here.
Was there anything that really particularly surprised you?
One thing that really struck out to me as I was going through these parks and knocking on doors and talking to people is the similarities in the stories I heard throughout the city and the county. I heard about just unsafe trailers, fire hazards, sometimes people going without water, no heat and AC in trailers that have really zero insulation from the outside elements. So those themes emerged again and again. And it also really surprised me to hear how people in the housing departments and code enforcement were pretty aware of these issues. And it's not that they didn't care about them, but it's just so hard to figure out the best way to fix it without ending up shutting down parks and people being forced into homelessness.
The second day of your series was about rent-to-own schemes. How do those work?
So rent-to-own contracts are where a portion of someone's rent goes towards actually buying the either home or mobile home in this case. And in a lot of cases, those contracts are very ill-defined, and there's a lot of loopholes in them where an unscrupulous seller could really take advantage of that. So people can go, spend a year paying off their trailer, they think they're done, and it turns out, in some cases, the seller didn't have the title, so they didn't actually own the trailer they were selling, or the seller's able to kind of look and find violations that would allow them to evict that person. And if the person's unable to move their trailer, then their best option might be to just abandon it, and the park owner or seller could resell that trailer again and again.
And the third day of the series, you wrote about solutions. Are there some ways out of this situation?
There are some possibilities. In other parts of the country, some states, park residents have organized themselves to actually purchase their park, and that's had some success, still limited success. In other cases, some people say we should have tougher code enforcement and at the same time devote more money to building new affordable housing units. Habitat for Humanity is always working on building new affordable housing. And also for tenants themselves in these parks, if they understand their rights under the state law and they also understand their landlord's responsibilities, that could help them a lot in taking these cases to courts. And I think it should be emphasized that part of a landlord's responsibility under state law is to maintain a safe and habitable place to live. Thanks
for being with us, Emily. We hope that gives you an introduction to Emily's series on mobile home parks in Tucson. You can read the entire series at azstarnet.com. Or Wednesday at noon, Emily will host a live chat with several of the experts she quoted in her series. Readers are invited to submit their questions, and we hope you'll join in. Thank you.